Hello. Today I am going to offer an instructional video for how to use the digital library JSTOR. The first thing you can do is to go to the library website, which is library.divinity.duke.edu. And from there, you can scroll down to where you see the search bar, scroll over to where you see JSTOR here. And once you get into the search bar, you can go ahead and you can basically put in anything you want. We're going to try something like sacraments and the arts. And then from there, you can just go ahead and press enter. There is another way to get there, and that's to simply open your own search engine and go ahead and put in JSTOR.org and press enter. And that will already just take you to the JSTOR homepage. But let's go ahead back to the search results. And the first thing you're going to want to do, let's go up here to where it says have library access, log in through your library. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And when we click on that, here we're going to put in Duke University. We're going to press search. And here we can go ahead and press log in to Duke, which should take you to your net ID and password. We'll press log in. And then from here, it should go ahead and say access provided by Duke University Libraries. So once you have that showing on the top of your screen, you should have just as much access at home as you do online or sort of online when you're on campus. So from here, you can scroll down and you can see that when just putting in the terms theology or sacraments and the arts, you'll go ahead and get 6,201 search results, and search results of all different kinds. The first thing I want to show you is the ways in which JSTOR goes ahead and refines your searches for you. So for different professors, they will often ask for different ideas or different ways in which you should do research for a paper. For an exegesis paper, for instance, a professor might ask you to have 2 academic journals, and then 3 primary sources. This already sets that up for you. So all you have to do here, if you're just looking for an academic journal, is go under academic content here, go ahead and click on journals, and that JSTOR will do its little search. And here you now have a whole list of 4,672 academic journals to choose from. Another option is if you are not wanting academic journals, but you're rather looking for primary source content, here you have 164 pamphlets and 48 serials to choose from. So here you can just go ahead and do that. Let's see. So from here, but let's go back one and let's look at the journals. Over here, if you go to the right side of the screen, I want to point you to these 3 items. The first is download PDF. So once you're signed in under Duke, you have the access to simply click on download PDF, press I accept, and then within a few seconds, you should have the full article in PDF format here, and that goes through. And then from there, you can simply go to download, and that will download to your screen, or sorry, to your computer. So if we go back here, another way to do this is to simply press save. And here, this will save to your own personal workspace. So once it's saved to your workspace, you can press view in workspace. And then from here, that will go ahead and save a couple of different articles for you. You'll notice I already have 4 things saved. If I am going through JSTOR and I am working on a project that has multiple things in which I want to look at, but I don't necessarily have time to read them all right then, I can go through and save them. If I'm working on more than one project, I can separate them into folders. So maybe I have one that's on philosophy of religion, maybe I have one that's a sociology of religion paper, and maybe I have a paper on liturgy. And I'm working on all 3 papers at once. This create folder icon can help you separate all of your research into different folders. So let's see. So then if you come back to this basic screen here, The third thing I want to show you is this cite this item. So here, if you're going to use this journal article, that's Liturgy, Sacraments, and the Virtual Presence, it already formulates 3 citations for you, an MLA, an APA, and a Chicago-style citation, where all you have to do is copy and paste it. You can also export the citations to a couple of different tools. So if you're using Noodle Tools or RefWorks or EasyBib, it's easy to simply export them from JSTOR into those programs. So then, let's see, just a couple other things to note. One thing to note over here is if you're working on an exegesis paper and maybe your professor has said they only want research that's done within the last 20 years. So here you can simply put in 2000 to 2020 and press apply. And then it will only bring up book chapters or journal articles or serials in this case that's been published in the last 20 years. And that way, you know that everything that comes up here is at least categorically okay for your paper and for your research. So something else, one of the best things that JSTOR is used for is for interdisciplinary research. And what I mean when I say that is that very rarely are papers simply about religion. Often they're about religion and art history, or religion and the history of the British Empire, or religion and one of these myriad other subjects. So if, for instance, I'm interested in how music plays into this, you can simply click on one of these subject areas and it will formulate for you your own reading list of things that are about. Here we have arts and sacraments and music from 2000 to 2020. And it should go ahead and formulate an exact reading list for you. Finally, the access type is important. Right here, it's going to say under access type, what we are on is content that I can access. Now, JSTOR is, Duke pays money to JSTOR so that we are able to have and access certain things. However, it's inevitable that there will be something that you won't be able to access. And when that's the case, you'll be able to go over here to where it says download PDF in this sort of lovely shade of blue, and it will turn sort of a sad shade of gray, and it will sort of give you a red circle with a line through it, and it will say this is unavailable for download. And at that point, the best thing to do is to simply email Dr. Katie Benjamin, who's the Divinity Library Director, or myself, Lacey Hudspeth, and we will get back to you as soon as possible about the ways in which we can help you get access to whatever it is you're looking for. Because more often than not, even if we do not have access to it on JSTOR, we might have access to it in one of many other ways that Duke allows access and buys access to within other digital libraries. So thank you so much for listening to this instructional video, and please don't hesitate to contact Katie or myself. You can find our emails on the Duke Divinity Library staff page, and we are happy to help answer any of the queries you might have. Thank you so much.